report this morning from the NFL after a promising young rookie was killed in a car accident. 24-year-old Khyree Jackson, who was drafted by the Minnesota Vikings in April, was the passenger in a car that was hit by another vehicle in Maryland on Saturday. Jackson and two of his former high school teammates in the car were killed. Investigators believe the car Jackson was riding in was struck by another vehicle changing lanes at high speed. Vikings coach Kevin O'Connell said he is, quote, absolutely crushed by this news. Meanwhile, in California.
Well, good afternoon, everybody. Game Time Brian, otherwise known as the Mailman, on a Sunday Zoom call-in show. Welcome. I hope everybody's doing okay. It is very sad, Vinny Hagan. It's very sad. When you see stuff like that, it just makes you take a minute to see, my man never had a chance to play one down in the NFL. He missed out on that big payday. I'm sure he signed his rookie deal. I don't know the particulars. But Khyree Jackson, if anybody watched me going into the draft, Khyree Jackson, I loved Khyree Jackson. I absolutely loved Khyree Jackson as a player. A tall, physical guy out of Oregon. Dies in a 3-car pileup, which it was deemed that those guys were not the issue. They were not the problem. There was supposedly a drunken motorist who slammed into him. So it's, listen, accidents happen, but that's why Mark always says what he says, It's just sad because he never got that payday and stuff like that. He was just minding his own business. They were all doing the right thing. So let me get to the chat, and then we'll start this thing off. We got Vinny Hagan in the house. So over it, how are you? What's going on? William Tilton, East Side, there he is. Asman30, what's up? Chris May, what's up? That dude Rolo, hope you enjoying your Sunday Game Time. Sad to hear about that young man. Yeah, it's sad, man. I really like the player, so over and above that, his future was bright. I was surprised that he lasted until the 4th round. I really was. I
thought he'd go in the 3rd for sure.
Yeah, I really like the player. So, again, he may not have run the fastest, but sometimes you just turn on a tape or watch the video of a guy and you know that he's a player. So, lead commander, I'm going to have your boy on Wednesday night. Make sure you're in the house, lead commander. The pics of the accident with Khyree Jackson, they had no chance, lead commander. But Wednesday night, 8 o'clock, lead commander, Louis T will be joining me. Chris Dooley, Game Time, congrats on locking up with Louis T. I remember weeks back suggesting him to you. Okay, Chris Dooley, make sure you're in here on Wednesday night. I'd love to have as many people in here as possible.
Hey, Vinny and Chris, just saying hello to those two.
Yeah, Philly D, what's up, man? You're driving home from the shore. Good luck, bro. See, Loyal's in the house. So what's up, gentlemen? How are we doing? What is going on? Hey, Elena. Troy, how you
Just trying to get through this long off season.
Yeah, exactly. Just enjoying last night's PLE with WWE.
Oh, did you watch it? Why didn't you jump on?
I couldn't find the link.
He said set it up. He put it on the thing. But...
Yeah, I had it on.
I didn't see it.
Yeah. I had it.
Otherwise,
in the
I
chat.
would have.
It was boring, but
Yeah,
it is
it
what
wasn't
it is.
that
Oh my gosh! Why in the heck did? Oh, I don't know why he cashed in that
Yeah, well,
contract.
Storyline.
Yeah, I already saw something on there that they've got another alternate storyline.
What's
going.
up, Jorge? How are you, brother? Season coming up fast. Yeah, that's what I kind of wanted to get into. Mark added. I reached out to Mark and we were like, they come at me with something. Again, the people, you have to realize that it's just a matter of there's not much to talk about. I got such negative shit when I said what I said about Herbert. People act like Herbert's horrible. I like Dak. I'm fine with keeping Dak. But again, and listen, the only thing I was mistaken about, and I looked into it. Somebody said that he's been hurt. Yes, he was number 2 at one point with 62 consecutive games played before getting hurt and losing a few games towards the end of the season. So, but at the time, he had played 62 consecutive games, only second to Josh Allen, believe it or not, who had 84 at the time. So, but yes, it's just Mark was, look, we're trying to find stuff to talk about. Mark basically threw me out there. I was like, well, you got to go with Herbert. Make it work. Well, I made it work. I have all the stats here, man. I don't see how anybody could think that Justin Herbert, why that playoff loss was his problem last year. Remember they lost a 27-point lead last year in the playoffs? I think it was the defense.
Was that last year or the year before?
No, it was last year against Jacksonville, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was the year before.
Okay. Yeah, okay. So he blew a 27. He's only 0-1 in the playoffs, but in that game, he threw for 273 yards. He threw for a touchdown, no INTs. So it's not like he threw pick sixes or nothing. They were up 27.
I think they fumbled a lot, didn't they?
But again,
that one was not on Justin Herbert at all.
I mean, it's like saying that the reason why Dak lost last year we lost to Green Bay was because of Dak Prescott. Now, Dak Prescott had a worse game because what do you call it? Because I think Dak gave away 14 points or at least 7 points. So
yeah, he gave away a few.
So it was like, again, I still wouldn't say that was all him. That was a team. But Justin Herbert, again, I'm not here to lick the boots of Justin Herbert. I'm just saying he's 26 years old. We know his contract is at $52 million a year. He's locked up for the next 4. So it's like
he's due. He's due.
But I mean, I'm just saying he's on his 4th offensive coordinator going on 4 years. Think about that. And he's still thrown for 4,300 yards, over 5,000 yards, over 4,700 yards. And last year under Kellen Moore, his worst year ever was 31-34. So again, I told Mark to do so. I said, but of course, he hit me low and came back with, well, okay, Justin Herbert versus Dak. I had to go Herbert because he's Mr. Dak Prescott. So what was I going to do? So that's why, I just rattled off. He has a 30-33 career record, but he's had hell of a stats. I was in a tough spot to have the back of Justin Herbert, but I get so much hate.
Who did Jim Harbaugh hire as their offensive coordinator?
I'm not sure. I could look that up, but probably somebody from his college. Let me see here.
Hello, gentlemen. How's everybody?
Greg Roman. Hey, what's up, man?
Hey, Drew.
Yeah, they brought in Greg Roman. He's a good.
Greg Roman was with Baltimore for a while there.
Yeah, he was with the Niners. Remember? So he was with was with him when he was with the Niners. Harbaugh, when Harbaugh went to the Super Bowl. So Greg Roman's good. Again, just like when you deal with anybody. I think
you're going to see a
He's been how many offensive coordinators has Jalen Hurts been through? 3. So, it's
I think Roman is going to turn that thing around for Herbert. I think you're going to see a big season out of Herbert.
Just to let everybody know, when you have a YouTube channel and there's nothing to talk about, this is what happens. I told Mark to throw me something, at me something. He did, and I got stuck with Justin Herbert. I think I made a pretty good case for him, though, because I think he's a good quarterback. So, and he's young and he's locked up, and there's a lot of good things. So if you're going to tell me straight up a 30-year-old going on 31-year-old Dak Prescott with a young 26-year-old Justin Herbert, I'm going to go Justin Herbert. But I'm not saying he's better than him now. I'm looking at the upside. That's all. But it's not like I hate Dak. It's a tough question, and I answered it honestly. So get to the chat real quick and we get caught up. Jorge, what's up, my man? Yeah, I'm just trying to be honest there, bro. That's just how it is. I'm not going to I ain't gonna fake it. Man, what's up, man? Big Sills. Yeah, I'm not going to Cali. Drew can go hang out with you and Mark Holmes and Dan Saleo and Philly 500. Drew, how close are you to Oxnard? You're like far away, right?
No, I actually am about maybe an hour and a half to 2 hours.
You should go to camp, man.
Not far from.
We should go to camp when Mark's there.
I would probably break out in an allergic
I
reaction.
just think it'd be funny. Philly 500 is going to be there.
Anaphylactic shock or something, you know.
Thanks, Xavier. He says my take on Dak and Herbert. Listen, Xavier, he gave me Herbert. So I dug into the numbers, and it's not as bad as people think. You know, the guy's had an 3 unbelievable years, and last year was a down year. It was. It is pretty bad, Jorge, but I just outlined he didn't throw an interception in the game, Jorge. So how could that 27-point lead be Herbert? I think it's more coaching and their defense. Saudi Arabia buying the Cowboys. Yeah, Vinny. I'd rather. We could dig into that too.
We wouldn't have any more. You know, if they did that, they wouldn't have, because over there they don't let women dress like they do here.
Charlotte, Charlotte might be on check then.
That would be a problem for the Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders.
Charlotte,
exactly.
Turbans and long dresses.
Pretty soon you'd see them in those chaps.
Oh God, There we go. Yeah, Jorge, he needed to sustain drives. Maybe they needed a running game, Jorge. Maybe they needed a running game. You know, when you're up 27-0, remember when the Atlanta Falcons blew a big lead in the Super Bowl under DQ? Well, if they would have ran the effing football and took some time off the clock, that's what made Dallas so special back in the day. Yeah, Dallas was never really blowing people out. It was more they'd get up, a touchdown, 10 points, and you just couldn't stop them. They would just pound the ball. People don't do that these days. You'll be rioting by yourself, Chris. Chris May, what's up? Catboy and Jerry's face. Yeah, dude. Did you see that on my thumbnail? I X his ass out. The real fan won. Does Stephen Jones really suck, or did he think about the odds of winning a Super Bowl and think the odds against him?
Did you guys see? I was looking at something on Facebook. It showed Dak not wearing a boot. So I think some people think that they did like a Photoshop on that.
I don't know if it was Photoshop or not.
Well, I have an article here we can get to, but
I wonder because he was doing some deep sea fishing yesterday, and he says that ankle gets irritated when he does it, so he's probably wearing it to brace that.
Again.
Well, in this picture, he doesn't have a boot on. He's just got his regular.
And see, that's what I'm saying. He probably did it while he was deep sea fishing yesterday or day before.
It was a few days ago, yeah.
Was it a few days ago?
Yeah.
He was probably wearing it to protect that ankle so he wouldn't do any damage to it while he was deep sea fishing.
Dak Prescott, who undoubtedly heard the noise regarding status of his right foot, has decided to provide an update less than 3 weeks before the start of training camp. And that's the picture that you saw from Loyal. Prescott, days after reported dealing with a very mild foot sprain. So he did agree to share that he had a mild foot sprain, sharing that the following image of himself walking without assistance of a boot days earlier, an image the Cowboys wearing a boot on his right foot. Whatever. Just yes.
Question. Was the boot on the same foot that he broke?
I'm not positive. It's on his right foot. So is that the one he broke?
Okay.
I don't think it was. I think it was the left foot.
Nah, I don't know.
Yeah, because my reason why I asked is my wife suffered that same injury that Dak Prescott had. It wasn't as bad as his.
Yeah,
but it was pretty bad. And I mean, she's good, and she's a nurse as well, so she's constantly on her feet. But there are times where she, because she has some screws and put in a big bar. So there's times when she does like have some discomfort. So was it the right leg again? So he's always going to have some discomfort.
Yeah. Well, that's what I was going to say. That's what I was getting to. The boot was on Prescott's right leg, so it was the same leg he had a boot on. So I could see, you know how like it's one of those deals like Drew's saying, he's going to deal with that the rest of his life. You know, he's always going to feel it. You know, he has to do exercises. Listen, like they would tell you, I had the fifth metatarsal break years ago. And the doctor told me that's the bone on the outside of your foot. It's a small bone. You can walk on it. It's painful, but it does not heal. It takes forever to heal because it's the original Larry Bird injury. Remember that? It was that.
Yeah.
There's no blood flow to the outside of your foot. So it takes months to heal. Now, my doctor told me if you were a professional athlete, we would put a screw in it and you could be back on the field way faster. But you're not a professional athlete, so we're not having surgery. And it took me literally 3 months.
Right.
And I still feel it. It's one of those deals where I try not to walk barefoot too much because that's how I broke it. Just walking barefoot in Florida. And I hit an uneven part in the pavement. I would think I was jogging or something. And I didn't know I broke it at the time. But yeah. So it's nasty. But for Dak Prescott, if he was just me or you and we were just going to work, he could deal with it. Now, maybe not me because I walk a lot for work. But the fact that he's an NFL football player, he's going to have to deal with that. He's going to have to, it's called maintenance. It's going to be 12 months a year. He has to get up and do certain things every day to get his foot going, to not lose any progress. It's no joke. So,
yeah, it's not an injury you want to deal with.
Yeah. So
I wouldn't want to wish it on my worst enemy.
Yeah, we don't root for injuries here. So
that's rooting for injuries is coward.
Yeah, it is coward. I don't want to beat the Eagles if they're not 100%. Well, yeah, I mean,
I feel the same.
And if I do win, I'm going to couch it by saying, "Well, you didn't have this, this, and this. We'll take the W." But we didn't beat you at your time. That's just the way it is. Don't get me wrong. These teams are ruthless. They don't care. They don't care. You think
so
Dallas
are the fans.
Yeah. Do you think Dallas cared that Aaron Rodgers, who owns their ass, missed last year? No, because he got hurt the week before playing Dallas. Now, I don't know if we would have won or not, but our track record against Aaron Rodgers isn't very good. So that was a break for the Cowboys, and I'm sure they were saying, wow, we dodged a bullet, but I'm not rooting for injury. I'd rather win. How did this season turn out? Give me a win against a Hall of Fame quarterback. You know what I mean? Not against whatever his name is. He's no longer there. So what do you guys want to talk about, man? Drew, what's going on? How's California?
81 degrees, man. Beautiful.
It's absolutely miserable here.
Instead of going to work.
Are you going to work now? No, you're off.
Yeah,
right?
I gotta run a few errands, but I have to work today.
Okay. Yeah, it's absolutely miserable here. Absolutely horrendously humid, hot. It's literally heat index is going to be 104, 105 today. It's literally like in the 90s, but you go outside, you can't breathe. My pool is 90 degrees.
Yeah.
It's not like bath water.
I don't miss the summers or the winters back in Philly. Bro.
Yeah, I know. As long as you can afford to live in Cali, that's the issue. My wife's aunt lives. Yeah. Where does your aunt live? She lives near San Jose, right? Where does your aunt live? Moraga. I guess it's out near San Fran. Yeah, it's out near San Fran. Yeah. And, he worked for, I think he worked for ABC. I think they got money, but we're going to go out and visit them in a couple of years. But, yeah, it's just very expensive to live in California. So, but I live in Jersey, so it's not that far off, but it's definitely off. It's definitely off. What's up, Tommy Montoya? Everybody say a prayer for Tommy. How you doing today, brother? You doing okay?
Happy birthday, William.
Happy birthday.
William. It's your 117th birthday. Oh, no.
It's 117 out there.
I know. I'm saying that.
He's got to be either in California or Florida.
No, if he's
Arizona.
Yeah, California. It's not that
maybe
hot.
Arizona.
It depends on where
William?
you are.
That's the key,
High
brother.
desert, it gets pretty hot.
Yeah.
High desert, it gets pretty hot.
It's a dry heat. It's a dry
You got
heat.
Death Valley out there.
It's a dry heat.
It is a dry. Yeah, it is
I
a
heard
dry
about
heat.
It's
that.
like Vegas. I mean,
I heard it's so hot in Death Valley the tires melt off your car.
well, it's true. That's why if you notice, the highways are all concrete. You can't have it. Wade.
Asphalt.
Well, Wade drives a truck. Why do they make the roads concrete? Is it because of the weather, or just because it lasts longer?
Yeah, concrete lasts longer, but
I think imagine if it was how I know we had my driveway done a few years ago, and you couldn't, I got it done in the summer, and I couldn't drive on it for a while. So, because they're like, you'll indent it. It's so hot. Oh, that's right. You live in Vegas. That's right, William.
Oh,
117. I don't give a shit if it's dry or not. That's hot. That's hot.
Yeah, that's great. Vegas is it gets.
I love
hotter in
Vegas, but usually I think about 105.
God, 117.
I think 105 is my cutoff.
In Utah, it's probably got to be above 100 at least.
I remember walking the strip. It was 102, and it felt great because it was a breeze. But anything hotter than that is not good. So anyway, there's no way you can carry mail at 117. Jorge, you damn right. There's no way I'm carrying. Well, I would have to. They do it.
They'd have no choice.
I'd have to. They do it in Florida. They do it in Texas. When I was out helping Mark at Stuart Morrison's house after he passed away, I was talking to the mail carrier because that's what we do when we're in other states. And I'm like, what time are you getting done? And this was in the middle. This was in June, so it wasn't that bad. But it was still near 100. It was like 90s, mid-90s. He goes, I'll be out till 9 o'clock tonight. I'm like, what? That's crazy. You start at like 7:30 in the morning. So 4 o'clock's an 8-hour day, but offices are having a rough time, especially when it gets hot. A lot of people call out. My mother, man, she was Italian. She didn't care. She would drink black coffee out in 100-degree heat. She didn't give a shit. She was out by the pool, putting baby oil on her skin, drinking black coffee. I'm like, man, how do you do that, Mom?
hey, Brian,
Yes.
did Mark respond to you on Justin Herbert or Dak or no?
No, I don't believe he did. I think I might have silenced him.
It's not like we don't know where. It's not like we don't know where Mark is going to go with that.
Yeah.
Well, Mark, I had told Mark to send me something. I said, challenge me, to something. And he came up with Dak versus Justin Herbert. And I guess you thought I couldn't win until I actually looked up all the numbers. And I realized my man has done a hell of a job so far. The only place I was wrong, I read it wrong. He did. At one point, he was number 2 all-time in games played without injury at 62. But then he did get hurt and missed the rest of the season, that one season. But still, he started his career and played 62 straight games. I went, Herbert, like I said, season 1, he had over 4,300 yards. Season 2, over 5,000 passing yards. I don't think has Dak ever thrown for 5,000 yards?
Not in a season.
How long has Herbert been in the league?
4 years. Third year, over 4,700 yards. And then last year, and not to crap on Kellen,
the ceiling for Herbert is ridiculous.
Well, that's all I'm saying. And he threw it at me, so I had to do my homework. Last year, he threw for 31, 34 under Kellen, but I'll just say this. I'm not going to crap on Kellen. The problems were way more than Kellen. I think the problem was the coach and everything else. There's only so much that Kellen could have done. Both of their receivers got hurt. It was one of those deals. But
the issue with Dak, he's got that snapped leg. He's getting older, and now it's kind of seeming like this is gonna haunt him over the years.
It will
to come.
Well, has Dak reached his ceiling? I mean,
well, I was only saying. Yeah,
I think he's reached his ceiling.
I was only saying.
What more can you get from that?
Well, I think he can win. I mean, I think hypothetically he could win. I mean, if he he's pretty much at his ceiling
so
now.
Brian, Mark keeps asking, what are the Cowboys doing? And, why aren't they doing anything? But I'm starting to think what Mike Fisher said, like they're gonna at 2025 is when the real rebuild is coming. Everything Mike Fisher said their Cowboys are going to do this offseason, they have been doing.
But explain to me what rebuild means when you have all the young talent they have on the team. Rebuild, it ain't a rebuild because your line is almost set now after getting Beebe and Guyton. So even if Zach Martin retires, defensively, okay, we have a lot of young pieces on defense. Diggs, the Parsons, you still got him locked up for at least 2.
So it will be a rebuild if you don't sign Dak.
Well, but I wouldn't say it's a rebuild. That would be a retool. A rebuild is, oh my God, you got nobody. I mean, come on. I think we all agree Dallas' defense is going to be decent. I think their offense is going to be decent. They're not going to be good. Dallas isn't going to be bad enough, barring injury, to have a high draft pick next year. All right, even if they,
I agree with you, bro.
I mean, even if they win 8 games, okay, worst case scenario, okay, you're talking what, 15?
They're clearing up the cap, though. I mean, this year they're clearing up the cap.
I agree there. I agree with that. But
that's why they haven't done anything. Mark keeps saying, "Oh, why haven't they done it?"
Well, he has nothing to talk about. Just remember
clearing
that.
up the cap.
Just you keep in mind that when you have a YouTube channel and you have to, like people want to hear from you. Some people have more different ways of coming up with shit. Some people just go back to, well, what are they doing? I can't tell him what to do. He seems to be being very successful. But yeah, there's nothing to really talk about. Lead commander, game time. I hear Mike McCarthy is on the yacht with Jerry. It's possible. It's possible. They're probably all doing rum runners out in the French Riviera. No QB won a Super Bowl with their drafted team after the NFC. I don't know what that means. NFC, a championship game.
Championship game, yeah.
When the light gets brighter, Xavier. Yeah, I think most people are okay to move on from Dak. It's just a matter of who, that doesn't mean that you don't. If you decide that Dak ain't the guy, then you have to let him go, right? You can't.
He may have told them, "I'm not coming back."
Yeah, and I just wish they would all been more open about it. What's up, Twiz? How are you?
I don't think he's going to say anything because if he did say, "I'm not coming back," the fan base would lose their mind.
Well, if he really wanted to stay, like I said, I told him, I said, just if I was Dak, I'd hold out. Say, all right, go ahead. You ain't playing me in the preseason anyway, so go ahead. I ain't coming until I get a contract. He's going to get paid, but, and then say, or do one of those stay-ins where you go to training camp, and he can still do this, You go to training camp, and then all of a sudden you pull up lame. You go, yeah, I'm banged up. I mean, I hurt myself, but I'm not coming back till I got a contract. And now you're hurt, so what are they going to do? That's the best thing to do. What's up, CZ? You hope everybody's staying cool. Yeah, I'm inside right now. I know my air conditioner is going hot and heavy, man. It's not stopping. If the Cowboys are bought by the Saudis, they're going to replace the star in the helmet with the camel. Oh, shit. Now we're getting shit on.
Do you believe that? I think that's a bunch of gas.
I don't see any way in hell they would want to do that. When you are a billionaire, I don't even know. I know the franchise was valued at $10 billion, and I think it's probably 12 by now. They're printing money. They are not worried about money. It's not like it's a business that loses money. It's a family business. You got all these foreheads and grandkids that all want to be a part of it. They ain't going anywhere. There's too many mouths. No, that's not going nowhere. And they sure as hell ain't going to go to the Saudis. I think the other owners would have to agree to that, and I don't think that would be cool. Gino says, I never understood why average people that has basic football knowledge are not even entertaining, waste their time on YouTube. You got to at least be funny or entertaining. You have no chance. So what are you saying, Gino? Am I not funny? Am I not entertaining? Or am I? And you're giving me a shout out. Let me know.
Are you not entertained?
Are you not entertained? Here's the deal. You can some days you have good days and some days you have bad days. It is what it is. Oh, it ain't like this is my full-time job, you know.
In the live stream with Mark, you're gonna ask him game time, Herbert or Dak?
Yeah. Okay, but you know his answer.
That's if Leo doesn't come in, and we're just gonna talk about the Eagles the whole time.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh!
Thanks, Jorge.
You know, I've been looking on tape, back at our games and stuff like that, and our defensive line, man, we need to do something in that middle. We get pushed back physically like nothing.
Gino,
and if we're gonna have any success at all
Drew?
this year,
he's calling me old. Do you think I'm that old, Gino? Really? Come on, bro. That's not what your girl said. Oh, I didn't say that out loud, did I? Oh. Now, come on, Gino. Don't be mean that way. I'm not old. Little punk ass. Cowboys will never win a Super Bowl without Dak. Without Dak?
Now, weren't they saying we wouldn't with Dak?
Well, Twiz, you mean with Dak, right?
I think that's what he meant.
You're a Dak fan now, Twiz? You just want us to sign him so you get we're stuck. I have 150 wives flirting, fitting my new football team on the wheel. Oh, God. I told each of my, here we go, Arturo. Load up the RV, bro. I don't know if you missed my earlier post. I am a fellow postal worker for 30 years. I'm in maintenance, though. Jorge, maintenance, my man. Do you have one office that you're... I don't try, Gino. Come on now. Do you have one office you're assigned to, or do you have to go to multiple offices? Just curious. Yeah, man, Jerry needs to make moves soon, or are we going to be in a situation to have your year after year Groundhog's Day? It's been Groundhog Day, Eric, for a long time with the Cowboys. We think we're good, and then we get to the playoffs. Multiple offices, okay, yeah. So that's kind of cool. You get to get out and about, you know what I mean? That's cool, Jorge. Now, did you start in another craft and then go into custodial? I would imagine you did, because you normally can carry most of your money over to there. So Jorge, I've managed for over 8 years in the post office. Yeah. So anyway, what's up, boys? What's going on? Wade, what are you up to? There you go. You fixed it so people know. Well, you know.
Nothing much. Just getting ready. I'm ready for football season, but I don't know. I don't know what to think about the Cowboys.
Yeah, that's how I am.
I'm all ready for my team no matter what, but I don't got much confidence in them.
Yeah, I hear you. Okay, yeah.
Ain't nothing to really get you excited. It's just
nothing. That's
my son's a clerk, Jorge.
Yeah, nothing screams this year. Oh, we're going to the Super. We got a good enough team to go to Super Bowl. It doesn't feel like that for me. So.
Yeah, I feel the same way. I don't feel like we've done enough.
It wouldn't take much for us to do. It's not like we're, I will say that. It seems like, we lost Drew, I guess.
Yeah, Drew's gone.
I think Mark was talking about some of the teams that won Super Bowls. I just see with our team, we're never good on both sides of the ball as far as in the trenches. We're never good in the trenches on both sides of the ball.
Yeah.
And if you look at all the teams that are winning Super Bowls, they're good at all. They're good on both sides of the line.
You don't have to be. Yeah, and it's like weird because you don't have to have unbelievable skill positions either. You just have to have great offensive, defensive line. And that's what you really need. It's not like you have to, because look at Kansas City. I mean, they got Chris Jones, who's, I think, underrated and an underrated secondary. But for the most part, that was just a well-coached defense, and the offensive line was pieced together last year. They had Mahomes, but it wasn't like they were the most talented team, I didn't think.
Especially at the receiver position.
Yeah.
But
What's
they did
up,
have Kelsey,
Cody
though.
Show? What's up, my man? Benjamin, until we stop the run, and there we go. Benjamin Bennett, until we stop the run and run the ball, when everyone in the world knows we're going to run the ball, our playoff success rate will never change substantially. That's a smart comment. Everybody gets worried about, like we need to be real interesting play, real good at play calling. Not really. Not really.
Everyone keeps worried about, we need to get another wide receiver. I'm like, dude, I'm tired of getting wide receivers.
Right. That's what I said.
Can we get some linebackers? Can we get some defensive linemen?
No problem,
quit talking
Drew.
about wide receiver. Quit talking about wide receiver every year.
Well,
Grab
that's what I said.
Receiver.
Look, do you think we have? I'm like, we have more than enough. That's not the problem. The problem is if these two offensive line work out. I think the key to I don't think there's any way BB don't work out. So I'm not worried about BB. To me, it's all about Tyler Guyton. If Tyler Guyton is there, then if he's good, then we're going to be good. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's going to be about.
I just hope we can run the ball. If we can at least do that and somewhat fix a nosebleed on that defensive line, then I don't know. But we're just too undersized at that defensive tackle position. Watching, it didn't matter who the hell we had in there. We're getting pushed back every darn play just about. Going back, looking at Arizona tape, Buffalo tape. It's just ridiculous. They're like, you know what? We're going to show you how to beat the Cowboys and just run it down their damn throat. And that's basically what they did.
Gino, believe it or not, a lot of these people are not Mark Holmes's followers and subscribers. So you would be wrong, FJ. And guess what? You're gone.
And
there you go. I'll see you tomorrow. A dick breath. Anyway, go ahead. All right. So, excuse my language, people. So, yeah, that's how I roll. I don't understand the Patriots won with less talent but played together. They're not. Arturo.
System.
No, the Patriots didn't have less talent. The Patriots had good D linemen, good offensive line. They had good linebackers, and they had Tom Brady.
They had a system. They had a system in place that worked.
Yep. And I mean, come on now. Name a time when Tom Brady didn't have a good defensive line or offensive line.
That's true.
Yeah, and Tom Brady is the GOAT too. So
and look at the linebackers. Look at the linebackers
Nation?
he had. Look at the linebackers Tom Brady had most of his career, like on both sides of the ball.
And in the beginning, when he won his first Super Bowl as well. Look at that defense.
They had a D line. They had linebackers. The Cowboys, we have not had a D line since like the early 2000s. For crying out loud.
Yeah, we haven't had a decent lineman since that guy from the Saints.
I think our best defensive line was probably like an 07. When you had like Greg Ellis and Chris Canty, DeMarcus Ware, like that defensive line was pretty stout.
Leroy Glover.
Yeah, that defensive line was, and then the linebackers. We had Brady, James, Aiken, Adele. Like that whole linebacker core was good too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I would take that defense over this defense any day of the week.
Oh yeah.
The D tackles, Cody show is kind of what we're talking about. The lines. It seems like under Romo, you can go back to Romo. Let's face it, we didn't really have much prior to Romo, so it went from Aikman to a bunch of nothingness, and then we got lucky with Tony Romo. And it seemed like one year we'd be dominant on offense, and the other year we'd be dominant on defense. It seemed like we could never have a year where, even if the defense was top 10, the offense wasn't, you're struggling or vice versa. It was normally our defense, I would think. Remember the game against the Broncos where Romo scored 50 points, but we couldn't stop nobody. Our defense was horrendous.
Yeah. The Peyton Manning game.
Yeah, the Peyton Manning game. Yep.
They both threw
and that was Manning in
500
Denver,
yards.
where he wasn't really the Manning he was, but you don't have to be when you have a lot of talent and a good running game.
Yeah, look at what Peyton Manning had in Denver.
I haven't seen it, Cody. Try and get on, man. I've been letting everybody in, so let's try it again. They had people who wanted win. They didn't have anyone in New England. I'm from New England. They had people who wanted to win. They didn't pay anyone. Oh, yeah. That was the thing. If I was a Patriot fan, I would have been frustrated. I did see New England It's hard to be frustrated when you've won 6 Super Bowl champions.
Also, for years, Tom Brady was taking good team-friendly deals.
Yes.
He was. And
yes.
the whole argument,
there you go.
The whole argument, Cam Newton was talking about how Dak, you've already gotten your money. I'm not saying Dak don't get your money, but Dak has legit probably made $250 million in the NFL, including endorsements.
Yeah,
easily. Are you a Cowboys fan, Dak? Because I know one thing: if I was a quarterback of the Cowboys and I grew up a Cowboys fan and I'd already had $300 million in the bank in contracts, my main goal would be getting the team a Super Bowl. And if I got to take $30 million a year guaranteed, I'd do it.
Yeah, and look, other people have done that. LeBron James is doing it right now.
All right, here we go.
LeBron James opted out of his.
I mean,
Tom
you're
Brady's
telling me if Dak signed a 6-year contract with $30 million every year, fully guaranteed, that'd be $180 million in 6 years. You can't make it off that, Dak, including your endorsements. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I have the number here. Dak Prescott's career earnings. It's actually lower than I thought, but it's still a lot of money. $161,437,392. The 30-year-old Prescott, with the completion of his latest contract, has made $161,437,000 over his 8 NFL seasons.
Guarantee he's made $50 million on endorsements.
Yes, we figure he has what's that? Not Nike. He has Air Jordan, I guess.
He has Tempur-Pedic too, I think.
Yeah.
That Sleep Number bed.
Yeah, I just don't understand why we can't get to the Super Bowl, man. I just don't know. I'm beginning to wonder what the hell. I mean, we've changed coaches. I mean, I just don't know why we can't get there.
Beyond his earnings as a professional football player, Prescott secured a lucrative endorsement deals with major brands, earning him an additional $50 million. So
that's what I thought.
So if you add $50 million plus 161, now you're talking $211 million for now. You figure your agent gets what, 30%? I don't know. What does the agent get? 30%?
Probably 70%.
Okay, even if Dak, let's just say Dak signed $40 million a year for 6 years. What's that?
We get caught up. $1 million is $1 million.
Yeah,
we're talking hundreds here.
It's hey, Dak, are you really a Cowboys fan? Because you ain't got no ring, and I'm going to tell you something right now. You ain't led this team to the Super Bowl. No one's going to give 2 shits about you unless you bring this team to the promised land. That's just all there is to it.
Yes, that's a good point. You could make, Mark could be happy, right? Mark could be happy, and he could cash in and get his $61 million a year, whatever he wants. But if you don't get to a Super Bowl, that's going to be like an asterisk, man. Oh, my God. Almost like with Kirk Cousins, Kirk Cousins.
That's what made Tom Brady so great. Those team-friendly deals, they were bringing in players, making trades. They were signing people.
Now, Mark will tell you, well, they're not going to bring in the players. That's the problem. Well, that's up to you going in there and sitting down and say, I will do this if we do that. If, you have to come out and open your mouth a little bit. I've been very critical of Dak.
I will say this. I don't like Jerry and Steven, how they've been running the team.
What's up?
What I will say is 2 years ago, I think we had a good enough squad to go to the Super Bowl when we lost that game against San Fran in their house. I thought we had a good enough team to go to the Super Bowl that year. I mean, those teams, the 49ers and us were neck and neck that season. Like, even.
But at the same time, Wade, they've made all the adjustments they needed to do to get better. We haven't done squat. They went out and they got
since that season we've gotten worse.
Yeah, we haven't done squat. I mean, that's what's so frustrating, is because there's all these players available and we keep hearing the same thing. We like the guys we got, but the guys we got ain't doing squat.
Mm-hmm.
They're not stepping up to the plate. It's like they don't have that will to want to win. Gear. They just want to go out there. They just lay down, like in the Green Bay game, and they need to step up. Like Jimmy Johnson used to always say, when you look at these teams on the calendar, they should get up for those games, and they do the total opposite.
Now,
like the 49ers game, they just laid down.
Now, George DC for life, and George, he emails me a lot. I appreciate you, George. We've been to the Super Bowl 8 times and won 5. Not every team has done that. Stop the negative. You got to understand, though, George.
Okay, George, it's been 30 years, George. We're getting tired of waiting.
Here's the deal, and I'll follow up with Wade says, George, I agree with you. Listen, I'm not trying to be morbid here. I could drop dead tomorrow and be more than content, right? I'm 52. I'll be 53 next month. My son's 20, hasn't seen George. When I tell you he's a diehard Cowboy fan, but it's been very hard for him to watch the Cowboys anymore. He's like, all right,
yeah.
I could watch the Cowboys. Now just think about it. The last 20 years, his whole life. And he's like, I love him. I mean, he's been to MetLife the last 2 years. We went and saw the Cowboys. We've been to Washington. He's good luck, but sometimes he'd rather do something else than watch the Cowboys because they haven't done nothing. How old are you, George? It could be like Kansas City took 45.
Yeah, George, I'm 34 years old. I was 5 years old last time the Cowboys won. I've lived in Dallas my whole life, basically. I have not seen this team one time in the NFC Championship game. I'm 34. I'm 6 years from 40, George.
Yeah. So you're like I was with the Steelers when we lost. I don't remember Dallas beating the Broncos. So it was like I really only remember those 3 in the '90s vividly. Barely remember the Broncos when I was a little guy. So. Can't be a part of the problem. Yeah, I hear you. Twiz, Dak's part of the problem until he stops making costly mistakes. Dak's not trash. He just hasn't proven he can lift his team. I think that's fair, Twiz. I think that's fair.
And there has been mistakes made quite a bit.
I think that's fair.
With anybody.
Loyal and Troy, do you think that's fair? He's basically saying Dak's part of the problem. Until he stops making costly mistakes, Dak's not trash. He just hasn't proven he can lift his team up when things aren't doing.
That's fair.
I think that's.
He doesn't
fair.
have that. He doesn't have that killer instinct. He doesn't have that killer instinct that like a Kobe Bryant or a Michael Jordan or a Tom Brady had. He doesn't have that killer instinct.
I don't know. Here, let me look this up because the Cody shows Dak can and does lift the team. It's others' mistakes. I want to see how many comeback wins Dak Prescott has.
I mean, you seen Jordan when he got beat by the Pistons. He went to the gym twice, 2 a days, until he got better. Mm-hmm. And, I think that's what Dak needs to work on is work on improving himself every year. How can he needs to look himself in the mirror and say, what can I do to get better to help this team get over the hump? I mean, he's a great player. I'm not saying I'm not saying any of that. I'm just being real. I'm keeping it 100% real.
I mean, hell, Dak didn't look like he was elevated.
I mean, if I had that talent and I was in his shoes, I would be doing this. I would be doing that. And I'd be like, okay, what can I do to get better? How can I get over the hump?
Okay. It's not horrible. Dak has 14 fourth quarter comebacks, 22 game-winning drives. My only thing is how many of those came in meaningful situations. Yeah, see, that's not fair to put him in that, it wasn't meaningful. Well, yeah, any game in the NFL that you come back and win on the final drive, then he has 22 game-winning drives. It's just all comes down to playoffs, people. We could dig into the numbers. Dak is an unbelievable regular season quarterback. Dak beats average to bad teams. If you're a 500 team, he beats you. That's what he does. I don't know that he's done it against great teams, I mean, I could rattle off all the drives, let's see here. At Washington, where he came back 27-23. Philadelphia Eagles in 2016.
And I'll say this. I think before Romo got hurt, if you notice, you've seen games. I've seen Romo playing games with punctured lungs. Remember that game when he played the 49ers? And he punctured his lungs and he still came back and won?
Threw a touchdown pass to Jesse Hawley. Remember that?
I mean, that's what's the word I want to use? Perseverance, and that's what Dak needs to learn how to do is overcome all these obstacles,
All right, Twiz, what are you doing?
And people over here, the whole team sucked last year against Green Bay in the playoffs. the one person I don't need to suck is my, $50 million franchise quarterback. How about you go out there play like Tom Brady or Joe Montana, because that's what we're paying you to do.
It's down to playoffs at this point. Again, winning divisions. That's why I say I'm not into banners, division banners. That means nothing to me. It's about what you're going to do in the playoffs. Are we going to get over the hump? Are we going to, even if you win a couple playoff games and lose on the road in a championship game, it's hard to really be upset at that. Yeah, you want to go in and win anywhere, but if you take care of your business, we haven't done that. Game time. The Cowboys have mainly been a finesse team for a long time and lack of physicality against physical teams, which shows up. I
can agree with that.
I agree with that as well.
They lay down. And DeMarcus Lawrence even came out and said,
you get to a playoffs, normally you're playing a good team. I don't care if you backed into the playoffs. If you win your division at 8-9, you still won your damn division.
And DeMarcus Lawrence even came out and said, we was tired. I mean,
really? That was bullshit. Joe and Brady had...
I ain't trying to hear that crap.
Yeah.
That's why I think he'll be gone next season as a cap casualty as well.
Nobody's comparing
especially
Dak to
attitude
Brady,
like that.
Hamid.
I'm sorry. You being a leader on a defense and you say that.
If Jimmy Johnson was a coach of that team, he would have cut him the moment he made that remark.
Would have got him right on the sideline and shoot his ass out. Are you kidding me? I've watched him do it many times.
I'm not trying to compare Dak to Brady, but I want my $50 million franchise quarterback when we're getting our ass blown out not to be the one sucking on the field.
Yeah, and definitely don't have a deer in the headlights look like he had on the side.
Oh, yeah, he had a deer in the headlights look after Green Bay scored a field goal.
He looked like he was shook.
Look, when Nate Newton, who won 3 Super Bowls with us, whenever you ask him about Dak and he says year 8, his first words were, "It's year 8," and I didn't like how he looked in that playoff game. I didn't like that lost look on his face. That's not
Nate Newton. Not even Jimmy Johnson would have won Packers game if players don't want it to win. The real fan won. The difference is Jimmy Johnson would have had that team in a fever pitch. When has Dallas lost a playoff game under Jimmy where they didn't give max effort? They may have lost early on when they didn't have the talent, but it seemed like Jimmy always had them playing at or above what they were capable of playing. That's the sign of a good coach, a good motivator. That's why I liked Harbaugh. Everybody thinks he's a weirdo. I like Jim Harbaugh, but, whatever. Sometimes I think Mike McCarthy's too laid back. I like him, but, he can't beat Green Bay. That's for sure. I think
a team that screwed you over and fired you. And you can't beat them.
You can't beat them. They punked your ass again in your own in your own house. Mm-hmm. I think people forget Fangio helped Jalen in 22. He wasn't part of our defense. Who knows? I thought Jimmy is an advisor. Yeah, who knows? Cody show. If he's an advisor, then
That's something. Probably just a Jerry Jones's pitch just to get fans. Try to keep fans still interested.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't think he is.
Definitely. Let's see here. What do we got? Clemente, what's up, my man? Our D-line in the 90s, Tolbert, Haley, Maryland, Casillas, Jimmy Jones.
Hell yeah.
Chad
Clemente.
Hennings and Leon Lett.
Leon Lett, yeah.
Chad Henning, a former...
Chad Hennings, Air Force pilot or Navy pilot or Air Force?
Helicopter pilot.
Air Force.
Yeah, Air Force.
He was Air Force.
Helicopter pilot.
I thought he flew jets, Troy.
No, helicopters.
Are you positive?
Yep.
Yeah.
Let me look at it.
He's a helicopter pilot. He's cool as hell. I wish I could have done that.
Chad Hennings flew what? Hennings emerged from postgraduate Air Force pilot training with keys to an A-10 tank buster, known officially in the U.S. military as the Warthog.
That's a jet, not a helicopter.
See, there it is.
Yeah, but he flew helicopters too. Though.
Okay, all right.
Are you guys going to be on Mark Zoom? I'm sorry.
I just want to know.
It's okay though.
Yeah, no, I just think it's hysterical that he got his ass in a jet. He's like 6 foot what?
I know, huh?
6'5". That's all I was trying to get at. Copter, I could see, unless you're flying one of them little ass Magnum PI copters. But yeah, so I tell you, like Chad Hennings was better than I ever thought he was gonna be too. He was good. He was good.
Yeah, he was.
We could use him now. We could use some D tackles.
Especially Latin Maryland, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jim Jeffcoat, that guy was freaking.
Jim Jeffcoat. That was another solid player.
Yep. Ed Too Tall Jones.
Yeah. Non-Hall of Famer, you believe it?
The Manster.
Harvey Martin or Too Tall are in the Hall of Fame, I don't think.
They need to put Darren Woodson in the Hall of Fame.
Darren Woodson.
I'm getting kind of tired of them ducking him every year.
Yeah.
They need to put him in there.
I got news for people. Darren Woodson. Just talk to Jimmy Johnson. Just talk to Mike Zimmer. I'm sorry, Eagle fans. Darren Woodson was better than Brian Dawkins.
Big
There's
time.
a lot of safeties that get a lot of recognition.
He didn't get the notoriety because we had so many guys. But those same guys were like, did not know what we were doing if Darren didn't put us in the right place. Everybody you talk to tells you how great Darren Woodson was.
Like a linebacker, man.
Darren Woodson's stats, I gotta pull him up.
He leads the franchise. He leads the franchise in tackles, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
Yeah, he does.
Darren Woodson, career stats. Not to mention, he played from 92 to 2004. So, I remember when they drafted
in the league
him.
back then.
Let's see here. Let's see what he
Ronnie
got.
Lott, Mr. Wu. Hit you and you say Wu.
Let's see here. Glossary.
Steve Atwater. I met him. He was pretty cool.
I like Steve Atwater, too.
Yeah, he was awesome. They up where we're at, they had the Denver Bronco players play against I believe it was highway patrol or highway people here at a local college here. And yeah, when I was a kid, I got to meet the kicker and a couple of those guys. And he was one of them. It was pretty cool. That guy was a beast, though.
Yeah, Darren Woodson played 12 seasons for the Cowboys. He had 184 solo tackles, 41 assists, 11 tackles, 11 fumble recoveries, and 23 interceptions. He helped, obviously. He was in all three of their Super Bowls. He was left off of the... He should be in the Hall of Fame. He should definitely be in the Hall of Fame. He made 5 Pro Bowls. Let's see here. Who has the most tackles in Dallas Cowboys history? After 12 years of service, Darren Woodson retired following the 2003 season as the Cowboys' all-time leading tackler at 1,350 career stops. Along the way, he helped Dallas win 3 Super Bowls, securing an elite position in club's history. Yeah, so he holds the record for...
So he's got 3 Super Bowls, and he's the leading tackler in one of the most storied franchises in NFL history, and he's not in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, exactly. And it's an absolute joke. Again, and I love B. Doc. He deserves to be in, but
Dawkins was good too, though.
B. Doc doesn't have those numbers. V. Stradamus. What made Brian Dawkins, he was just an unbelievable leader, and he was the pulse of the team. I live here. Brian Dawkins deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. I'm not saying he doesn't. I'm just saying, hey, what's up, Brad? Darren Woodson was a better on-field football player in all phases. I'm talking Pat, and that's hard to say. I love Brian Dawkins, but if I got news for you, if you're putting a team together, it all depends what kind of team. But I know Jimmy Johnson to this day will tell you that Darren Woodson was the man. So it doesn't matter. They're both great players. So let's not get caught up in because I like Darren Woodson more than Brian Dawkins. I love Brian Dawkins. He's a Wolverine, right? So again, keyword leaders, something we don't have. Well,
say that again. Or we have them, they just don't show up at the right time. I think I thought Dak, during that playoff game, eventually would have went up to the offensive line and everybody and been like, all right, let's get this shit on the road and get it done, show a little emotion. That's one thing I really don't see a lot of. I want to see some guys like that's enough of this shit.
Yeah, these guys are scared of the Joneses, though.
Yeah, and that's
problem.
probably what gets in between a lot of stuff, even on the coaching side too. So
I mean,
up there, I
you
don't
know,
know.
Charles Haley. If Charles Haley was there, Charles Haley didn't care. He was crazy. He would have let him up.
Oh, yeah.
If they were losing like that.
Here's the one record that Brian Dawkins
something.
has. A Clemson alum racked up an array of awards and records, including becoming the first player in NFL history to record a sack, an interception, and a fumble recovery for a touchdown in the same game. So that's cool. That's great. How many championships does Brian Dawkins have? That would be 0.
0.
So
yep.
He has no Super Bowl champions. Let's see. Brian Dawkins. Let me see how many stats. Brian. But I knew this would happen. Now everybody wants me to compare him. I'm just giving you my opinion. Let's see. Brian Dawkins stats. I needed somebody to break it down for me easy here. 13 years played in Philly. So he played 16 years. So you got to give him credit for that. 16 years played. 36 career forced fumbles. 19 fumble recoveries. 1 touchdown.
Yeah,
I'd like to have both
my
of them.
Number away.
Hey, y'all got to jump off here, but I'll see you over at Mark's chat.
All right, man. I'll talk to you.
All right, take care.
Yep.
I'm trying to see how many interceptions he had.
Dang those Dodgers, they gave away my number.
37 INTs total. I mean, he played what?
How many with the Eagles?
34.
So
he played 16 years. So yeah, he was very, very good. But again, Darren Woodson he deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. That's the bottom line. You could argue who's better. He deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. It's just
they both need to be there, really.
Yeah, well, Dawkins is there. He was the first. I think he was first ballot.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't see that when you guys were over there in Canton over there doing.
Yeah, no, he was there. Brian Dawkins.
Okay, I must have missed it because Mark was rambling on about how many Eagle players were in there compared to Cowboy players there for a while.
Oh, wait. Funny. Brian Dawkins was robbed by Hall of Fame voters, was the victim of a robbery of Saturday evening. This is obviously an Eagles thing. Let's be realistic. Dawkins was not a scheme player. He was not a solid product of Jim Johnson. Yeah, you got to remember they had Jim Johnson. So that was...
he was a heck of a defensive coach, too.
He is.
Yeah.
I'm surprised he's not coaching.
No.
He was not a first, so he was not a first ballot Hall of Famer. He was not. So, but still, he's in, and so should Darren Woodson. So sorry.
Wasn't Eric?
There's another defensive player I forgot. Harvey Martin.
Yeah, Harvey Martin.
Oh yeah, Harvey Martin's not in. I don't think Ed Too Tall Jones is in either. So.
No. Wait, Ed? No, he's not. He's not even in the Ring of Honor yet.
Yeah, I think he is in the Ring of Honor.
No, he's not.
Really? I thought he was.
I know he left the NFL, I think, for a couple of years to box.
To do boxing, yeah. Then he came back to the Cowboys.
In 1999, he was voted to the 50th anniversary Senior Bowl all-time team. In 2013, he was inducted into the Black College Football Hall of Fame. But I could tell you what Cowboys are in the Hall of Fame right now. We got... it was easy. We have Bob Lilly, Roger Staubach, Tex Schramm, Tony Dorsett, my guy, babyface Dorsett, Mel Renfro, Troy Aikman, Rayfield Wright, Michael Irvin, Bob Hayes, Bullet Bob Hayes, Emmett Smith, Deion Sanders, Larry Allen. Wow.
No, Too Tall is not in the Ring of Honor
Charles
for the
Haley,
Cowboys.
Jerry Jones, Gil Brandt. Wow, there's a lot of players not in it. Jimmy Johnson, Drew Pearson, Cliff Harris. And that was it.
They put Deion in as a Cowboy, though?
Yeah, well, just like they put in who the hell went in it last year or 2 years ago, and it wasn't a DeMarcus Ware. It went in as his jersey is Broncos, which that's kind of ridiculous.
Oh, so they put him in as a Bronco?
What's going on? What's up, John Murray? What's the problem?
He chose to go
V.
as.
That's the point. He should be in. Twiz, I'm just a big fan of Twiz. I'm not real Twiz guys. You almost had me fooled, fake Twiz. Oh, okay. I was wondering. I keep reading the wrong Twiz.
I haven't seen fake Mark Holmes in a while.
Yeah, well, I've blocked him, so yeah, good luck. I think that was him in here a little while ago talking shit on me. So he gone for 24 hours. I agree. John Murray, I don't know. Is it me or something fake going on in this chat? What's fake? Other than your hairline, John. And I can't even see you, but I could just tell. I don't know. Bang. Bang.
Does my blade look fake? Does it look fake to you? Don't look fake to me. It's an actual sword. I use that so I'm going to get the hell up. That's why you guys see it over here, because I kind of use it for the base to get up. Oh, all that crap. Kind of helps. I use the guitar, it'll probably break.
So what's up, boys? Anything? So we got 20 minutes. Yeah, we got 20. Brian, you missed my comment. I said, how are you, Brad? I don't know. A golden retriever? Which one? It's hard for me to see everything. East side, you can kiss my ass. Bye, punk. Okay. I don't know what happened. Brian, can you say happy birthday to my dog, please? She is a 1-year-old today. What's your dog's name again? What's your dog's name? Happy birthday. Get him, right? Vinny, Vinny, I got an itchy trigger finger, bro. Nothing's fake, John Murray, except that name you're using. Oh, shit. Dakota. Oh, shit. You named your dog Dakota. Nice. I like it. You better win soon. Yo, what's up? Game time and Mailhead. Stay blessed. David, thank you, my man. Thank you. We do have one giveaway. JoJo put us over the threshold last show, but I didn't do the drawing. So we're already $12 towards the next one. I did order some items. They're on their way, but they're not eligible for the drawing yet. So before we get out of here, I'll have my wife draw a name out of the hopper. Iron Maiden, Cool Beans. Yeah, man. I was back in the day. I liked them all really, but I was big Motley Crue, Megadeth, Dokken.
Me too.
Yeah.
Still am.
You can go.
Steve Harris, man, is one hell of a badass bass player. I love his bass playing.
I'm going to see Iron Maiden in November.
Oh yeah.
Oh man,
shit.
yeah, be off the hook.
I wonder how they sound.
I don't know, man.
One of the greatest live bands you could ever see.
Yeah, I mean now though, you know what I mean.
You guys see that?
Oh no, I've been seeing them every tour the last probably about 16 years. They sound they literally sound, and they're in their late 60s. They still sound like they're in their 20s. It's crazy.
Wow.
There's your Big Four concert. I went to that in India. Megadeth, Metallica, Slayer, and Anthrax.
Oh,
Man, that
there
was all
you go.
7.5 hours, man. The
Jesus.
total time.
Devil Dog Iron Maiden Power Slave Tour, 1984. Awesome. Yeah, I remember. I've seen so many concerts, I can't, but yeah, back in the day, they were a bit of a blur. But
I didn't think Motley Crue was that good, really live. I didn't think they were that good
live in concert. Yeah, I was actually when I saw them. I saw
Scorpions.
I saw them twice. I saw them once at the old Spectrum. It was unbelievable, and then I saw them again, and it sucked. But it is what it is. Just like I thought that. Whose concert I've seen them a couple of times, and both times they were Aerosmith was they just weren't great in concert.
I got to run, Brian. I'll see you in the chat.
All right, man. I'll talk to you. Thank you. Hey, we old guys can play music, George. Yeah, I know. Heroin. There you go.
It's hard to do on acoustic.
You got to fire up the other one. But then I went and saw. It was a good concert. I went and saw Pat Benatar, Def Leppard, and I think that's who it was. That one. That was a good one. I saw Journey a couple times, but yeah, they're more of a softer. But I went.
Sorry, they all still kick ass.
I went and saw Five Finger a few years ago.
Check it out. Got the vinyl.
Oh, there you go.
Hell yeah.
There you go. Look at that.
Kind of blurred out there. I collect vinyls.
Oh, right on.
Well, they're coming back now. They went away, now they're back.
I love the high end on vinyls, man. I really love the high end. That's one thing I like about them.
I'm off to work at Kroger later. Curtis.
What's up, Mark?
You have a good night, my friend. I'm just warming them up for you, Mark. I'm just warming everybody up for you. They want to know. You too. I saw Arturo. I saw you too. I saw him once at the Wachovia in Philly. I loved him. I would love to go to the Sphere in Vegas. That's on my bucket list and see a concert, like a good concert.
Need to listen to these guys, a little bit of Saxon.
Oh, hell yeah. Dang, man.
Yeah.
You hear their new album? It's not too bad, actually.
Oh, it's really good.
Yeah,
Did the fake one show? No.
Saw Saxon a month ago. They came on that tour.
Oh, man, that's awesome.
Black Sabbath.
Oh, the one with Dio?
Yeah, the first one with Dio, Heaven and Hell.
Yeah, Heaven and Hell, yeah. I love Ronnie, man.
Yeah,
that's one guy I wanted to see, but he was supposed to be at that
to
big
talk
four.
to you about the big debate on your channel, so we'll see. Hey, Mark Holmes did fix the he fixed the AC. There was I believe there was a leak in one of the hoses, right, Mark? That small pinhole leak that was.
You need to listen to this.
Oh, Anthrax.
The first Anthrax record's the best one. Fistful of Metal.
Yeah.
Everything after that, garbage.
Kiss. Listen, William. I hope you don't hate me.
I had a chance to.
I don't know. I hope you don't hate me. I appreciate Kiss. I think they're one of the most overrated bands. But hey, that's just me. That's just me. I've never seen them in concert.
So look, they got the picture discs like where they're putting the vinyl image. They're putting the album image on the vinyl.
Yeah. I did
Holy
see that.
Diver. That's nice.
Yeah. Well, that's the last in line.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, it is the last in line. Yeah. Okay. Oh, I don't know. You see that dude on there all the time. It makes you think it is Holy Diver. You know?
Here you go. Mark Twiz says, was the air leaking or was he dreaming of Dak? Wango Tango. That's awesome. Yeah, David, we bring everything here. It's funny, you know. We bring everything. So, I remember growing up as a kid. That's all I would have a headset. The old wired headsets. I would sit down, buy an 8-track and just listen to music that my parents had. So, Beth was a good. Yeah, V. Yes, I'm not saying they don't have good songs. Like I loved AC/DC. That was one of my favorite.
Tres Hombres by ZZ Top. That's like a 1973 original.
Oh wow.
Yeah, yes, you got some good stuff. Pearl Jam, Arturo. That's one of that arguably. Believe it or not, see, I like all kinds of music. So I would say the best concert, one of the best concerts I've ever been to was probably, and I'm not a huge fan, was just seeing him perform was Bruce Springsteen. Went on for almost 4 hours when I saw him. It was absolutely incredible.
A little bit of Ozzy.
Okay, Ozzy. Yeah, I heard. Yeah. Well, Ozzy's not doing too good.
No, he's not. He's canceled all his European shows.
That's a good one right here. Rainbow, Richie Blackmore's Rainbow. After he left Deep Purple.
Oh yeah. Dio was with them and Elf too.
Yeah.
Brad, you remember the 8-tracks? You're my age. I know Mark had an 8-track in his car, probably.
My dad did. He used to listen to all his Beatles and Monkeys albums in there. His old.
I like the. Yeah, my uncle, who's passed. We used to listen to Beatles a lot.
Got an original Number of the Beast by Iron Maiden.
Ooh.
1982 original.
Wow. Yeah, I was looking for some
like the Prowler.
My old concert shirts
are
beat up.
Cassettes. I got all the old school cassettes and everything.
You still got cassettes, huh?
I still wish I had mine, man.
I think I have some somewhere, but I think I've given most of them away. Mark was a member of the OJs. Was he?
If you like some death metal, Cannibal Corpse.
Yeah. He just. Yeah, well, that's one thing that was suspect about Tony Romo. Like I heard before one of the playoff games, he was in the locker room by like somebody had to go back in the locker room. Like, where's Tony? And he was listening to Coldplay. That's probably why we didn't win in the playoffs under Tony. Maybe he should have been kicking some heavy metal or something.
Yeah, that's some good ball thrower. They're like a death metal band. Talk about war.
Yeah.
Mainly about war. They're really good.
Yeah.
Really good.
Corn,
I got too much stuff. I wasted too much money on this stuff.
Yeah, but is that stuff opened or no?
Oh yeah, it's all open. Yeah, like a lot of my original vinyls from the 80s. Oh yeah, they're all open.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Obituary, David. He likes Obituary.
I like Arch Enemy.
Boz Skaggs.
Those guys are freaking badass.
Listen, I always like music, so
I don't care what it is. I listen to damn near everything. I mean, I got hip hop over here from the 80s. I just about damn near everything. Yeah, Eric Clapton.
Big King Diamond.
Yeah, I got all his stuff too.
King Diamond.
Yeah.
Bit of Man of War.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
You know that lead singer of Man of War? He can hold a wine glass out like this. Just like this, and actually sing real high pitch and bust that wine glass. He was in Ripley's Believe It or Not. I didn't know that until I saw that. But yeah, he has such a powerful voice. He can break a wine glass out from here.
Yeah, he's 73 right now. I'm going to go see Man of War in New Jersey in November. Or they're going to be in New York, but I'm flying into New Jersey.
You flying into Newark? I take it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm about 2 hours south. But, Newark, probably about an hour. From the airport, I'm probably about an hour and 15.
Man, y'all are naming some good-ass bands and stuff up there in this chat, man.
Yeah.
I wish I could just play everything I got right now. But
Doobie, Prince. Yeah, Prince was the man. Stevie Ray Vaughan.
Got some of the original Boston records.
There you go.
I love Boston, man.
Yeah, there you go.
Hell yeah.
Meatloaf. I heard he actually I heard he actually put on a good concert back in the day. Lose Yourself. I was in Detroit, man. That's all you heard was Eminem around the draft. I actually did a short with a song. Just don't eat any of Ma's spaghetti and you'll be fine.
Can't forget about Judas Priest.
Judas Priest.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you're loaded, dude. You got them all.
A little bit of Death. Leprosy. That's a good one. Even shows it. You barely see it.
Yeah. Didn't realize Prince could shred a guitar. Whitesnake, they were kind of here and gone, but yeah.
And you want to hear some real good German heavy metal, Angel Dust?
Oh yeah,
that's a really good record from Dust You Will Decay. That is an amazing traditional heavy metal record.
Damn, that's awesome.
I'm all over the place. I'm all over the place, like traditional thrash metal, death metal, everything really.
classic rock. I mean, I love like Led Zeppelin and ZZ Top, Pink Floyd.
Hell yeah, right on. I'm the same way. I like all the classic stuff myself. Guns N' Roses. Here you go. I've had this for freaking. This is the first darn CD, and I still have it, of Guns N' Roses that I have. Still have the original GNR. First album I ever bought. Yeah.
Original Show No Mercy. A Slayer.
Little Ramstein.
Oh, nice. Got a lot of crap up here. Damn Yankees. Whole bunch of stuff.
The Ramstein? Wasn't they German? Ramstein?
Yeah, they're German heavy metal.
Du hast.
Scorpions are still my favorite German band. I'm sorry.
I love Scorpions too. The Scorpion, you can't go wrong with them.
They played Pour Some Sugar on Me. Chicks were going nuts down there. Oh, yeah, Eric, yeah. I saw Def Leppard many times. Dude playing the drums with his feet over here.
Yeah.
It's pretty impressive.
The only band I've seen multiple times is Megadeth. I've seen them 3 times, along with Sepultura and Motorhead, which that was awesome.
Motorhead,
I got to see Lemmy before he died. And I have pictures of that on my old freaking Google account. What really sucks, all my stuff is on there. And I went and bought a new phone because at work my phone got stolen. They want you to verify your old phone number. And I can't. So all my stuff is gone on that, man. All my videos of repairs and everything are gone. But yeah, I mean, it was cool to actually. I have my cousin was with me at that one, so maybe I can see if he still has the pictures. But that's
another
awesome.
good one. Need to listen to Metal Church.
Yeah, remember them
from the '80s. Yeah, they're really good band.
I got quite a bit of Testament stuff.
Yeah, Somewhere in Time, Iron Maiden, 1986.
Oh yeah.
That's like the Blade Runner. They did that cover based off the Blade Runner. But you want to listen to some good German thrash metal, Destruction.
Yep. Mm-hmm. I had a poster with their autographs on it. I went to a show in Tucson and they were there, and yeah. I gave that to
Brad. Now you didn't miss much. We didn't miss much, Brad. We were just basically talking.
There's not much to talk about right now. We're in the cold. We're at the heart of winter of the NFL offseason right now.
Yeah, we got into Dak a little bit. I brought up the Dak versus what's his name, Justin Herbert. Just going over. Mark threw it my way, and just just reading the chat and you're commenting. I booted a couple people. You would have been proud. You start talking about me personally. It's just move it along, bro. I don't have time for your bullshit.
I just bought that today.
Yeah.
Dismember, like an ever-flowing stream.
Now,
That's
what do you
really
play?
Good.
I mean, you have record
death
player, obviously.
Record. Yeah. It's a really good death metal record right there.
Now, do you have a newer turntable or do you got old school one?
I got both.
Because
I got
they're making the new ones again. Yeah, they're making.
I got one that plays all three, like I said.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool.
CD and
Toto.
vinyl.
Stop it, George.
I took an old record player stereo and actually took the photo in it for the auxiliary. Actually hardwired old school freaking CD. Remember the old CD players that you'd get, like Walkmans?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Du hast.
Miss those days.
Yeah, well, not having
a shit out of nothing.
not having a care in the world, getting through your week and going to usually concerts for Friday nights or Saturday nights, and those were the days.
See, they're changing the colors on the vinyls too. Look.
Yeah, they got to switch it up.
Flatter vinyls now.
Yeah. Huh.
Oh, Heart? Yeah, the whole female band, they were good too. So many great
Cure,
artists out there.
Everyone still has their VCR TV con, but Twiz, I don't.
I have my old VCR still.
I don't. Depression has set in, LMFAO. Yeah, right?
No,
But-
I do not have a VCR.
Yeah, I'll tell you what's depressing. I watched the new Beverly Hills Cop this morning and watching.
Oh, was it bad?
No,
was
it was
it-
good. It was actually
okay.
good. It was way better than it was good. It was
Okay.
better than the
Check
last
it
one.
out.
But it was depressing when I saw how old Taggart and Rosewood and like the other cop, Paul Reiser, how old they are. I'm like, oh my God, what's going on? Art grew up with the new wave stuff.
Hey, this is a VCR movie.
What's a record player? Yeah, right, exactly.
Cool Runnings, man. I love that movie.
Cool Runnings, right? Yeah.
Oh yeah. I have all my old school stuff down here, like the Sandlot.
John Candy, man.
I love John Candy.
Yeah, John Candy was the best.
Guy made me laugh for so many years.
It's like a bluish colored splatter.
Mm,
That one, like a blue marble.
that's cool looking.
Better to spend your money on this than drugs, people.
Yep. It'll
Jeff
last you a
Lee
lifetime,
says,
this
"Hi,
stuff will.
Walker Wade." Or Wade.
I got a problem. Heavy metal and Dallas Cowboys. That's a problem.
Yeah, well, I've made it a. I made
That
it. I
means
ain't
a lot
buying
of
no
money
more shit.
spent.
Vinny, Brian Pinto was in Beverly Hills Cop, right? Pinto.
Oh, Bronson Pinto?
Yeah. He's in the new one, Vinny. Yeah.
Does he look older than hell though?
Yeah, well, he's wearing a wig. He's wearing some.
The guy
wig.
was always funny. I loved him. in that one show, Perfect
I was
Strangers.
actually surprised because, it was actually a really good movie. It was 2 hours and it was good. It was better than, I would say it was not as good as the first, but better than any other one. I thought it was better than the second one. Listen to the first Wave 33 on Sirius Radio. I used to get Sirius. If I drove a truck, I would have it. But, or if I was, I'll probably get it again once I hit the road. But, yeah, I haven't had Sirius in a while. It seems like they would overcharge after a while. After the deal runs out, they're charging you some ridiculous price. I'm like, really? For radio? Shit. Yeah, Bronson Pinchot. He's in the newest one, Vinny. It was good. Didn't you tell me to watch it? Somebody told me to watch it, so I watched it. Oh, no, it wasn't you. It was somebody else. I think it was Arturo. Or Felix.
And that's on Netflix?
Netflix. It's free, yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, it was good. I liked it.
Because I'm still waiting for Cobra Kai to come out in a couple of days.
I don't know if I'm all caught up. It's been a couple of years, right?
Yeah.
Like this is the final year, right?
Yeah, they're going to be in 3 series.
Listen to,
Something like
Yeah,
that.
you remember that one? Seven Son.
Oh, yeah.
Iron
yeah.
Oh,
Man.
yeah.
Come out in 1988.
Wow.
Was it 80? Man, I guess you're right. It would be 88.
And then that came out in 1988, Halloween, Keeper of the Seven Keys. I had a few songs on
I actually
MTV.
like
Halloween.
albums, though. I think it's cool. I think it's a good, I think you know what I mean? I like if you're having some people come over to hang out. I think it's cool to put on albums. As opposed to just hitting a button and going from song to I don't know. It is kind of cool. It's a different.
I feel like it's better to own a physical copy than like just a digital.
Yeah, I know.
Because when you have a physical, it's yours. You possess it. Like you can touch it, feel it, and look at it. Instead of just.
Well,
Enjoy
my
the
parents
Read it.
we're both gone.
Yeah.
My mother, she
They
finally
come
died.
with the lyric books. They come with pictures of the bands and stuff.
Yeah.
I mean,
I ended up selling all my mother's old stuff. I wish I would have kept it. And she had old Elvis Presley stuff, but a lot of the collectors wanted it. I'm like, at the time I sold them, but So listen to the NFL channel 88. Yeah, it's all right. Jeff Beck. They wait so long to bring that back, Chris. Yeah. But all right, everybody, we're going to roll. It's 5 o'clock here. Thank you for spending the time. We had upwards of 70 people in here. It was a good show. It was chill mode, which is fine every once in a while. Nothing wrong with that. I will do a drawing real quick. Do you want to pull a name out of the hat? Hello? Tina, can you pull a name out of the hat? She's playing her game. Make sure you stir them up really good. Stir them up. Mix them side to side. Just open the door first. All right, just Walker Wade. I mean, hold up. I'm gonna get another one in there. Let me get another one in there. Wade, but Wade Walker is in here. Add it in and stir it around. So we are 14 towards our next goal. All right. Give me one.
Drum roll.
Ooh, look at that hand. Oh my God, look at that arm. Like Phil says, you should be a hand model. All right. So Over It is the winner. Oh, wrong camera. So Over It is the winner. She wins. She is the winner. Just one today, yeah. So I don't think she's in here now, but I will write it and we will let her know. So Over It is the winner of the drawing. Wonder if she wants a shirt or hat, So Over It. All right, so Over It. I will definitely let her know when next time she comments. But all right, everybody, that's it for today. Let's all go over and bum rush Mark Holmes. I'll talk to everybody later. Peace out. Late.